You're not broken, you're not overreacting, and you're definitely not alone. 1 in 5 new moms experiences postpartum anxiety, but most wait months or even years to get the help they need. The good news, there are things you can do today to start feeling better. When my daughter was a newborn, I remember watching a diaper commercial, absolutely panicked. But it wasn't about whether she was breathing or if I was doing things right, the normal things that most mothers of newborns are worrying about. I was spiraling, imagining something happening to her decades in the future. There was no immediate danger, but my mind just couldn't let it go. That's what postpartum anxiety can do. It's not just stress, it's a brain stuck in hyper alert mode, trying to prevent every possible outcome, even the ones that don't make sense. It's like your body is running on fumes, but your mind is still revving at 100 miles an hour. It's exhausting, and it's not your fault. In this video, I'll share 5 practical strategies to help you feel calmer, more confident, and more in control, starting now. These coping strategies for postpartum anxiety are simple, research-informed, and doable, even in the short amount of time you have. Here's what we're going to talk about. How to ground yourself when anxiety hits suddenly. How to break the cycle of racing thoughts and what-ifs. When to worry about intrusive thoughts. Most of the time, these are anxiety. Intrusive thoughts are always a symptom, not a sign. How to help your brain by slowing down your body. And one mindset shift that can help you stop judging yourself for feeling anxious. Let's dive in. Number 1, grounding with your senses. This is for when you're super anxious and spiraling, when your thoughts are racing and it feels like you're floating outside your body. Try the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. You may have heard this before, but try it. It's so easy, and I find that I and my clients often judge whether something's going to work before we try it. Try each of these and see what works for you and what doesn't. You really might be surprised. So the 5 is for 5 things you can see. 4 is 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This brings you back into the present moment and tells your nervous system, I'm safe right now. I'm here, not in whatever my mind has created. It's quick, effective, and easy to do, whether you're holding a baby or standing in the kitchen. Number 2, calm your body with breath. If you can find time to meditate for even 10 minutes, that would be great. If you can't, just breathe on purpose. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, or take in a deep breath and exhale slowly for a longer time. Notice how the air is cooler on the way in and warmer on the way out because of your body temperature. These techniques tell your brain we're okay. Just a few breaths can start to calm that buzzing, wired feeling in your body. Number 3, schedule 1 or more pockets of peace to stop the all-day buzzing. This is a time when you purposely slow down. Pick a task or several in your day, feedings, a walk, a shower, where you slow down on purpose. No multitasking, no shoulds. Just a short window to exhale and just move slowly. If there was a crisis, you wouldn't be moving slowly, right? This helps your body start to expect calm again. If you can get a few moments to yourself, you can also pair this with a sensory cue, like a certain tea, a cozy blanket, or a calming scent, so it becomes a mini ritual. Try to make this a routine each day or evening to remind you that you need care too. Number 4, reframe your thoughts when they're not helpful. This is a thought. It's not necessarily the truth or a sign. When scary thoughts start to show up, like, what if I trip while carrying the baby? Or what if something bad happens to them? Or worse, what if I hurt the baby? Tell yourself, this is anxiety talking. It's not a prophecy. It's just a thought that I had. Intrusive thoughts might be a part of postpartum OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, an anxiety disorder that can be quite distressing. If your intrusive thoughts continue or worsen, this is a time to seek treatment. Trying to avoid the thoughts, places, or things to get rid of them will not work and actually will make them worse. Get professional support if they don't go away easily on their own by dismissing them as just a thought. 70 to 90% of new mothers report having intrusive thoughts. The best way to get rid of them is to treat them as if they are, without any importance. If you try really hard not to think a thought, that automatically makes you more likely to think about it. Let's try it. Don't think about pink elephants. What did you think about just then? Naming your thought as a thought helps you step back from the thought and get a better perspective. Have you ever heard of name it to tame it? It puts you back in control. You get to decide what happens next. And if an intrusive thought happens, it happens. Now, I know many of you are worrying right now, but what about mothers who do hurt their babies? It is important to know that women who hurt their babies are most often psychotic or so mentally ill that they are not disturbed by their thoughts. Being shocked and upset you had this thought and not displaying any signs of psychosis is a sign that you are experiencing anxiety. If you are at all unsure, go and see someone experienced in postpartum anxiety, and you can trust them to sort it through. If it's psychosis, you can be treated. If it's anxiety, you can be treated. What is psychosis? If a new mom is showing any concerning behavior, such as confusion, hallucinations, severe paranoia, or delusions, she is having a medical emergency and should be taken to the ER right away for medical treatment. 1 in 1,000 postpartum women experience postpartum psychosis. So I want to mention it because it's not rare and it can be scary, but it is treatable. Women recover from postpartum psychosis, but it is a medical emergency and needs immediate medical attention. If in doubt, get a medical professional to rule it out. But also keep in mind that people who are psychotic are not usually worried about themselves. Okay, let's get out of the scary part. Number 5, add compassion, not judgment. Try talking to yourself the way you talk to your best friend. Not, I shouldn't feel this way, but get interested in your feeling. Why am I feeling this way? Because this is hard and I'm doing the best I can. That's self-compassionate thinking. Self-compassion actually lowers cortisol and helps build resilience. You could even write this message on a sticky note and put it on your mirror or your changing station for the baby. Let it be a quiet, reassuring anchor. These coping strategies won't erase your worry overnight, but they can help you take back your breath, your body, and your mind one moment at a time. And if your anxiety is also making you feel disconnected from your partner, my next video is for you. Because when you're living with postpartum anxiety, it doesn't just affect you. It can create distance in your relationship too. That's why in the next video, I'll show you how to reconnect with your partner after a baby without guilt, pressure, or pretending everything's okay. Click here, not sure exactly where, but click somewhere to keep moving toward calm, connection, and healing one step at a time.